So welcome back, Tube Cats. I hope you've been enjoying the episode so far. This is Bear Bashes Buttons, and you have pulled up a pew to the Bear Cave. So here we are, back in Space Haven, with our sort of desolate spaceship left out in the middle of nowhere, looking for Eden. Like we discovered in the last episode, we had a couple of these entries that were speaking about a sort of a mission that they were sent on to find Eden. And the search for Eden, there we are, but in a real serious search for Eden. And I wonder if that's what we're doing. I wonder if we're the spacefarers, same as those other ones, the lost ones were. And if our actual journey will lead us to an Eden. But anyway, here we are back in our ship. Our crew is sleeping away. I'll just let it run on so we get our notifications. Everything seems to restart and then boot back up. So we've got unattended tasks, which I'm assuming will be botany. Yeah, that is worrying. These need to be harvested pretty badly, but that should be done in the morning. Critical resources, they are talking about these hull blocks and these infra blocks. And our air block here is actually these resources that we gathered from the derelict ship over here. So, we were on our journey from the other comet that we were on here, asteroid 109 as it is, and we actually moved. We managed to hyperjump across to the asteroid field 102. One thing we did discover when we did this is another little cluster here and a cluster here. And there's a large expanse that we will see over here. And if you zoom out further again, there are more stars and suns that you can explore. Our mission here now is to prepare for interstellar travel, explore the star system by jumping to hyperspace, gather resources, build a hypersleep chamber, and finally we will be able to cross the the vast expanse of space into another star system up here. And it looks like there's a lot to explore, and I'm not even sure if this is the final map. I don't even know if being able to hyper jump, you can go into different galaxies altogether, but we will see. We shall see. We've got our mass here. I think we're actually overweighed. I don't know if that means that we can only have a certain amount of jumps, or if that doesn't allow certain things. But we will get onto that. What was interesting, I was looking at this as well, is all these guilds here that we have: Civilians, Android Collective, Military Alliance, Cult of New Haven, which is interesting, Space Haven, New Haven, Merchant Federation, Slavers Guild, and then we have the Pirate Coalition. These are all ceasefires and neutrals down here. We don't have a great relationship with the Merchant Federation. I think maybe because we cancelled a couple of trades that we tried to do. We have no allies, and there's obviously the Pirate Coalition, which we can see are here. There they are. So I don't know how we're checking that, but maybe we've got our satellite systems viewing these distant sort of clusters, not too distant, sort of the nearest ones, and then. But yeah, there they are. They travelled in from this one and they just landed there. So it is something that I am definitely slightly worried about. So we'll keep it in the back of our minds just for now, so we don't or accidentally potentially run into something that will totally annihilate us. I do sometimes having like the walls up, but I don't know if yeah. I mean, let me know if you guys if the walls are too much, or what you guys prefer to see, if you kind of like that. I like this because it sort of gives the idea of you're sort of enclosed a little bit more. It's a bit more encompassing of it. It's funny, I thought I wanted to put these here just because it sort of gave the idea of you're going forward travelling, but there are no windows, so actually not really a lot to see if you are sitting against a wall. Could have flipped them around, maybe put them in the middle. But yes, as ship design goes, I think I'm pretty happy with it. We've got a I think it's another power. Yeah, it's a power generator coming up here, because I'm pretty sure this one here is not holding up, especially up against the recycler. One thing I'm slightly conscious of is the recycler, you can see, is losing lots of this sort of gas. And I think I was looking at it again here. It does say that there's a hazardous gas output. The operator skill is industry, and there's also a heat output. So this heat regulator here could be slightly pointless, but it might also be keeping it cool. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we'll leave it as is for now. But what I might do is get one of these air scrubbers. Where was it? I think it's in life support. There we go, it's gas scrubber. So we could actually take hazardous gas, as we see here, and turn it into raw chemicals. So that could be actually quite interesting. It can also take smoke and CO2, which is obviously what is expelled by humans. So that's a good thing to have out here with the oxygen generator as well. But I think we're going to grab this and we're going to put it in here, because it's going to help get rid of some of this gas, but also it will create some chemicals. The gas doesn't matter too much when our crew members are in the room, because they go through this space suit door, which then allows them to be within the hazardous gas and actually not be affected by it at all. So here we are, they've woken up on day 18. They're just having their morning breakfasts and whatnot. I mean, they cups of coffee, but that just means on their break. Actually, I haven't seen them drink anything, which is interesting. But anyway, that is that. We're okay for water. We might need to get some more water. The food situation is a little short. We've got some space food, which is just the prepared meals that you can find. But we've actually run out of meat. So you can grow meat in here. And we are growing artificial meat there. Can be artificially grown under the right circumstances. Interesting. What does it need? Water and fertilizer. Okay. Maybe it was just harvested recently. We've got two going on over here as well, so you can see 88 and 87. Growth rate 50. Unattended penalty. That's a shame. Okay. Even though we've got botany as our highest priority here for these two. Medical is highest as well, but obviously there's no medical going on, so they don't take that into account. I mean, he literally does nothing else. Aubrey is just botany and medical. He does some logistics, but I mean, we can even take that down a little bit, just so he's definitely doing that. Yardley is the other one that we have allowed to do botany, because he's actually skill 2. Skill 1s are just terrible, so it's just not even worth it. The other thing that Yardley does is logistics, because he does nothing else, pretty much. But here we have Lysandra is more industry, so he's probably the one that's doing most of the... oh, there we are, yeah, he's the one that's doing most of the recycling jobs, which is great. And Vlad, what's Vlad up to? Vlad, he's normally more of a construction and maintenance fella. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's up to, but there he goes. He's feeding all these little ports and things. He's probably doing some logistical work, seeing as he's not got much in the way of construction. These actually require infra blocks, and we haven't got any, unfortunately. So we are hoping that we will be recycling those sharpish. And in fact, I'm actually going to do this because I think we do need some soft scraps as well. We're doing energy, infra, hull, and soft. We're not doing tech. Well, we can do tech as well, because I think you get some infra blocks out of that as well. So we're just doing those continuously. Whenever there are any, we will hopefully be doing them. The other thing they do is obviously take out some of the resources from here, which is great. Oh, unattended tasks. Now, why was that left unattended? Priority 10. Logistics root vegetables. On here, you can actually custom priority. I want it to be the highest of all priorities. There we are. So, if anyone is up to that, I would like to see that, please. As you can see, this is also considered quite a high priority, apparently. So they'll just keep doing that. This overlay here is the available jobs one, and it just allows you to see what is needed. Oh, I see. So it's just harvesting. Oh, brilliant. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got some more root vegetables. There goes the shuttle. I'm assuming it's going to pick someone up. Or is it just going to drop off? Oh, there we go. Aubrey's gone in there. And Lysandra has as well. I'm assuming they're going to go and do some harvesting of the ship, not of any vegetables. They're growing out in space. So there they go. Let's have a look, see what they're up to. Oh, wicked, yeah, there we go. So they're getting some of these soft furnishings that I think are also on the ship. So if you zoom out, you can click on here and you go to salvage, and you can see all the stuff that is there to be salvaged. There are none hull scraps anymore, which is a shame. We've got lots of infra and lots of tech, which is great. Soft and energy, which is perfect. We're also transferring some of the soft, and as you can see, the crew members are also doing that there. The other thing we might want to do is grab some of these carbon. So carbon is good because it's used for the air scrubbers, which is great. Not the air scrubbers. Is it the air scrubbers? Use CO2. No, they create carbon, which is actually really useful. But it's used by this. This is the one. So it's actually a CO2 producer, and this is a gas scrubber. So they do exactly the opposite thing, which is great actually, because this picks up the CO2 and then you can pop it back in there. So it's a good little return and reuse sort of idea. Right, and so basically what we're doing is at the moment we are preparing for interstellar travel. So we're getting all... Do not press escape. Such a habit to press escape to get rid of the notification. What we're doing is we're just trying to remove as much resource as we can from this ship. And then I think what we might do is we might actually jump back and grab some of this noble metal and base metals, because later on, as I was having a look down here in the build menu, you can see we've got resources here. We've got a metal refinery, so using carbon and metal, you can make metal plates. And then using those steel plates, you can put them into assemblers and make infra blocks and hull blocks, which is what we are desperately in need of. So we will essentially have a workshop room. So we'll be taking raw items and making them into usable things. We've also got some of these crystals, which would be great. So I think if we can, you can see it's hazardous gas output, it's industry, and then again this the metal refinery is hazardous gas and industry. So I think if we have a sort of workshop room, so over here, maybe this way, like on the other side of this, I think we'll have a similar system to the recycler, in the sense of, oh, we could even expand the same room, couldn't we? We could actually just grow this out. That is tempting. Very, very tempting. We do have quite a lot of room to play with here. Not here, but definitely this way. I was trying to keep it in a sort of ship shape, in the sense of insufficient oxygen. Well, that's not good. Oh, that means just that's just because he's in the that is worrying, but he's actually because he's out on the other ship. Yeah, so I think if we could do something like this, maybe. How big are they? How big are all these things? Resources. So, for instance, a metal refinery. No, it's not huge. It's about the same size as the. It's 4. It's 4 by 4. So it's about the same size. So we could definitely have one over here, maybe like this. There's a square here that we won't be able to build in, which is the airlock. So if you go on here, you can see we've only got to about here, which is the edge of this. So yeah, it's here, sort of in line with this little pillar. So just not sure if we can fit everything in, really, because I kind of want that, and then we will eventually want an energy refiner, and then we might want a chemical refinery later on. I'm not sure why. We're not using any cells, these cells at the moment. Fabricator, I mean, that will probably be useful in the future as well. So I think all of these will be something that we're going to want to have. Item fabricator, make some weapons. That could be fun as well. What's this? Oops, there we go. Plastics. A wide range of synthetic, semi-synthetic organic compounds which are malleable. Okay. Microweaver, there we go. We need that because we've actually got lots of lots of this fibers that we can make into fabrics that have been spun into threads and then woven or knit together into cloth. There we go. So we can use that again to make clothes. Or here you go, you can make soft furnishings with them. So all of these things we'll be needing. So I think, change of plan. What I think we're going to do is, considering this needs to be free at pretty much all times, we are going to expand this way, and we're going to make a large-ish sort of extension out here, and we're going to put all of those things in there. And I think, yeah, we'll do. It'll be something like this in the future, 10 by 10. And then if we have a look at our objects over here, where are we? Surface resource, metal refinery. So that's about 4 by 4, and then we've got a microweaver, which is 2 by 3. Yeah, 2 by 3. And assembler, again, I think that's 4, isn't it? Oh no, 3, yeah, so that's 3, including the little front bit. Power not linked. Hey, we built it. Thank God. Right, well, there we go. Let's link you up. There we are. And that should start charging up. You can see these little charging panels on them. Have we got any fuel in there? We don't. Okay, well, it's good because I think it does actually generate power based on... I'm not really sure, to be honest. What I did actually want to move is when... What I did actually want to do is that when this was built, I was going to replace this. But it might be good to have 2 generators, potentially. No, let's just dismantle this. And see what happens when we do that. Because this will still be on the power grid, so nothing should be too badly affected. Now, is this a good place for this? I think so. I think potentially there. Like that. Which gives us still room on either side. Let's go into build mode. Yeah, which still gives us plenty of room on either side of it. Yeah, let's do that. There we are. High construct priority. And now they should go and do this, which will absolutely destroy everything for a while. Please don't just forget about everything, because otherwise you're going to freeze to death. No, we have timed this. We have timed this terribly. We have absolutely timed this terribly. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. You see they're going to go to sleep. So actually, I'm just going to make this work time really quick. I know that's going to be really upsetting, but you have to build this. I'm so sorry. No, they're going to go to sleep. No, you're not. You are going to work. You're going to work for now, and I'm really sorry about that, but I really need you to build the power, because I'm scared that you're going to freeze to death, which is happening. As you can see, you can sort of see that the floor's changing, and if we go over here to temperature, it's absolute 0. Great. Okay, so you'll all be wearing your spacesuits, and that's why I need you to build this, like now. Oh my god, now. Build. Oh, what is happening? Come on. I need you guys to stop mining. Okay. Oh, Christ. Construction. There we are. So that should all... Like, I think Vlad is dying. He's unconscious. Great. Oh my... Gideon. Okay. He might have actually been unconscious because of tiredness and not just because he's actually dying. But for now, I'm afraid that I don't... Oh, thank God. Well done, Vlad. There we are. Okay. Back up and running. We'll link you up to you and you. We don't need to link you up to you, do we? Yeah, we do. There we are. And that should sort everything out pretty sharpish. Oh my god, as long as he's put fuel in it. Oh, Christ. Okay. We might all die. It's fine. You don't need to do that. Well, let's just leave it like that. Oh, God. Okay. Good. This is all going excellently to plan. There we are. Okay, so he's put some fuel. He's put a fuel rod in, or a fuel cell. What are they called actually? Energy rod. There we go. He's put an energy rod in, and now everything should start to kick back up. We shall see. We shall see. Can I reach temperature? Build more. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's just going to self-regulate after a while. This has happened before, and it should be fine. Everyone's going to be really tired and really angry and really cold. So what we're going to do is we're going to have their free time set back up. Like this, and then they want to sleep here. I think it was about 4, wasn't it? Something like that. I'm not sure, to be honest, but we can check. I think it's probably something like that, to be honest. I don't think they need that much sleep when it gets to it. There we are. So it's going to be a bit of a cranky day. I cannot sleep. I don't sleep to bad environment. Yeah, that does suck. But there we are. You can see the temperature is slowly, very slowly coming back up to room temperature. Ooh, scary little moment there though, I'll admit. Very scary little moment. We've got no temperature regulators in here, so this will be cold for a very long time. But what we'll do is we'll maybe get a facility? No, that's all? Yeah. We'll get a couple of thermal regulators in here. Maybe put one there and then one there. There we go. And that should be fine. In fact, we actually don't. We just need the one. I know the symmetry goes off a little bit, but that should be fine. And there we are. They're all back to not wearing this. Well, apart from Lysander, because I think he's probably going in. Yeah, he knows he's going in there, so he needs that. But he will eventually build that thermal regulator, which should get that room nice and toasty once again. I am curious to see if this can actually retain. I think this here has a power distribute power for the nice and narrow. Open up the power view to see how your power grid is set up. Works well with a higher power need. Fine. So what we might want to do is grab one of these and pop them in here, because in fact that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dismantle you. I'm going to grab power. I'm going to grab one of you, and I'm just going to put you in this corner. I think, does that sort of cover the right sort of area? Just okay. Maybe I will put you here then. I mean, I'll put you there for now. I think that will be fine. Perfect, and that should get built pretty quick. There we are. And then we'll link you to you. Something like that should be fine. And then I think he'll... Oh, Vlad's actually doing the... This is marked for dismantle. Marked for dismantle? Marked for dismantlation? Marked to be dismantled. I like dismantlation though. Marked to be dismantled. Marked dismantlation. Yes, so they won't actually be able to reach that, but I don't mind that. Yeah, it's going to be a bit annoying, but... Oh, Christ, maybe we should just put it here. So, you know, when your OCD starts to kick in, you're like, well, technically there it can be reached by everyone, so maybe we should just do that. We could just put it by the door here, like that. And I think that will be fine. So yeah, let's just do that. Great. Okay. Okay, panic over. We've got our power back up and everything is running smoothly once again. But we will see if the power actually is enough to be able to power the recycler as well as everything when it runs. Because that was the initial issue that we were having before with the other power generator, is that when it went... when the recycler was on, it would just basically annihilate all usage. So you can see it's actually quite good over here. So I think this might help as well, having the power node rather than just having the floor tile. But we'll get rid of that one there, and then we'll use the power node to see if we can keep it all boosted up. Yeah, the power availability of the engine is low, which I don't love. Maybe we'll put another sort of couple of floor panels here. just to distribute that a little bit better, maybe. Power availability up there is high, which is interesting, but I guess there's not a lot of power usage, whereas up here it's got, again, quite a heavy power usage, so it might be worth putting more nodes. Nodes might be more useful than I had first anticipated. But let's fast forward through the night until we get on to day 20, where we will have. So they did a good sleep. They did have a good time to sleep. Aubrey's very happy. Oh, everyone's doing rather well, which is good news. Low energy. Oh, that's interesting. Low energy. Minor discomfort. Feeling comfortable. Got comforted. Oh, that's nice. Bravery. Oh, they're all brave. It's good. Great. So yeah, their food isn't great, but we do have quite a good supply of food, so that should be fine. Yeah, so that should be fine. Great. All right, well, on with the day. Let's see what they get to. So there we go. We're destroying that. We're going to move that pretty quick. Everyone's going to freak out because of the lack of power until someone comes over here and builds you. And then we're going to link you up to you. Yeah, that should be fine. Cool. And there we are. There we have it. A lovely, lovely little node. That hopefully now... Oh, so yeah, you can see the little green bar that just filled up there. Perfect. So when that goes, it should use up most of this and then not actually be affecting the grid too much. Let's have a look. There we are. You can see it's taken up a little... There we go. Brilliant. So there. That has fixed the issue with having the recycler, which is great. Now it means we can just focus on dismantling the ship. Oh, this is a big boy. It's getting the engine. Got the hyperdrive engine. Good work, Vlad. And then he's over there doing... What's that? What's that he's doing? Oh, he's doing the desks. This is probably one of the consoles, and this must be the navigation console, and this potentially is the operations console. She's just getting rid of there, and you can see they've left little resources, which they will eventually go and pick up. Oh, wonderful. Brilliant. You can see her, if you want to click on the inventory, you'll see all these scraps they're getting. Very, very good. Very, very good. So this is what we want to do. No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This is what we're trying to do. In this isn't a very abundant... Oh, the pirates have moved. Oh, they've gone over there. How exciting. That is exciting. Okay, well, that's interesting, because actually I'm after these little crystals, I think, because they're worth quite a bit of money. So after we've done this, I do think we should go back here and grab some of this gold and metal so that we can finally start making some other materials. What's interesting as well is that I don't really know how this weight mass thing works, really. I mean, we've got a lot of tools, which is great. Lots of energy, lots of fuel, lots of soft furnishings and things like that. But again, I don't know how... Oh, we've got some infra blocks as well. My goodness. How wonderful. You got some hull blocks and everything. Look at that. We are doing well. We are doing very, very well. It's a bit dark over here, but it's only because we had our lights and things over here. Could be interesting if we had our engine room here. Also the fabrication room. Well, maybe not, because I think we might need, if you go over here in system, there's shield generators and energy turrets and all sorts of scanners and all sorts of things that we might want to put back here, as well as maybe another hull stabilizer, or maybe even another hyperdrive. Who knows? So, yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. But for now, I think we're just going to wait until we have basically salvaged everything from here. So we've got low, low, none, low and high. So we're almost there. We've also got everything we needed. And our transfers here, we've got everything coming our way, which is great. And then eventually I think we can also do some mining on here and get some carbon. Why not? Let's just do that. Yeah, perfect. Insufficient oxygen levels. Now that does keep popping up. Oh yes, that's fine. So that would be one of these guys, Yardley or someone. There we are. Good. So he was actually okay. He just needed to get back to the ship. Let's make sure there's some of these botany. So there's the highest. That's great. I wonder if you can have these. So on here, if I click on this, I get, oh, so it's on the sort of original. It's there. So again, this is highest priority as well. So that should be good. Yeah, perfect. So we've got that. This could probably be sort of the highest as well. I think this one here is actually microfiber, so I don't know if we need... Yeah, that's not necessarily... previous group failed. Right, well, they both failed. So maybe what we can do is we get an overview here, we go to custom, and we just do it sort of normal level of priority. Just so that we know that someone will look after it. This is working so brilliantly. I'm so happy with this. To be honest, that might have just been the solution that we needed, was just to put a node there and not worry about the power. But it's good. Now we've sort of future-proofed ourselves. We've got lots of power going, so that's great. Make sure no one's passing out or dying or anything over here. Out of oxygen. No, it should be fine. It's always Aubrey's. Environment conditions low oxygen, cannot sleep. Aubrey. Well, why would you want to sleep there? That's probably not a good idea, is it there? I think Aubrey might need to go home. He is feeling very, very tired. Zero comfort. He is not enjoying himself. He's still got another sort of 4 hours to go. Oh, poor bugger. Okay. Not really sure what we can do about that. Let's see what he does. Resting comfortably. He might be able to just sit down, to be honest. I mean, he could just sort of perch somewhere. I think I have seen them do that before. So it would be interesting to see what they come up with. Vlad over here, on the other hand, he's doing fine. He's having a great time. So, yeah, cool. Okay, good. We're now in a much happier position than when we were when we first started this episode, that is for sure. Especially when we had the slight power conundrum thing. That was quite worrying. They're doing a lot of the walking through here. So I am going to do a little wall light here, just so that we have a little bit of a maybe like here. And then we can just pop one here as well. Just so they've got a slightly happier journey as they walk through here. Aha, there we are. So there he's on his break. So they must all be coming home now to rest. So let's see if... There we are. So, God, they are all absolutely exhausted. Aubrey especially, but also Yardley. They are knackered, so off they go to bed. And that is good to see, that is. Unattended tasks will probably be the botany. My goodness. That is a fair bit of unattended tasks, indeed. Yep. Okay, no problem with that. We'll just see how it goes, I guess. When it comes on to the next day. So let's just fast forward till we get to that. So there you can see it sort of ticks through. I'm not quite sure what this arrow sort of stands for. Maybe total game time? I don't know. We're on day 21 here, and it looks like it's just coming up to about half. But we will see. Critical resources again, hull blocks, that's absolutely fine. We should be happy with that. They're all having a lovely little chin wagon here. I love these little emojis that you can get. So you can see, oh, okay. That was a bit naughty. He didn't like that. He wants to fight him. I think they're fighting. I think they're having a fight. Yeah, they're fighting. You got rejected. I made a move on my crush and they rejected me. Yeah, sorry about that, Yardley. Aubrey was not very kind to you, was he? So I apologise about that, but that should... I think that's one of the buffs that should go away pretty quickly. I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. It's tough when you get rejected. That is one of the worst things, unfortunately. But it is a way of life. A way of life? It's a fact of life, is what it is. Unfortunately, it's certainly not a way of life, unless you're into that sort of thing. But anyway, I think once they've done all this, let's see what they get up to today. Okay, perfect. So they're doing all the botany, the other jobs that needed doing. Aubrey and Yardley, two best of friends. Let's see if they're actually... Yeah, oh, he does like Yardley, so that's fair enough. And he likes Aubrey a lot. Lysander doesn't particularly get on with him. Oh, no, not at all. But doesn't seem to have any other beef with anyone. Vlad and Aubrey don't particularly get on, so but that's a shame. And Lysander and Aubrey don't either. And I think, therefore, Yardley doesn't like Lysandro because of that. So that is interesting. Someone thanked me awake. Someone was mean to me. Oh, that's a shame. uncomfortable, and uncomfortable. Someone thanked me. Right, well there we go. That is the relationships that you begin to build in a while living aboard a spaceship. A very limiting experience as well, I can imagine. You know, you got nowhere else to go. This is it. This is all you've got. God, I kind of know how they feel now after all this lockdown that we've been going through. I mean, it's obviously very different. I can actually go outside, but they definitely can't. So it was a little bit like that. So I feel like we can definitely relate with our characters here a little bit more than we would normally. But yeah, I think it's all going rather well. I think we've done really well on this little cluster that we've got here. This ship has been good to us. We've figured out lots of things. We've built a new power system. We've got our node set up so the recycler doesn't pass out every 5 minutes when you use it. We've got some more lights going. Very, very exciting stuff. The pirates nowhere to be seen, so I'm assuming they've kind of travelled from here to here and maybe onwards. Don't know. Could be very exciting. I think in the next episode we are going to go back to this asteroid here. Asteroid 102, wasn't it? 109. This is 102, isn't it? Yeah, asteroid field that we're in here is 102. I think we'll go back, gather some of these materials, gather some of these base metals and noble metals, and then we will start building our workshop, which I'll have a think about it, and maybe I think we can start this way or maybe this way. It's a little tight this way just because of the little airlock here. Yeah, I think it's most likely going to be this way. We could even have it sort of it kind of extend out this way maybe. We will have to figure that out as we go. It could even be a little two little side to side things here, maybe two little rooms that sort of peek out of here. One thing we do know is that they are most definitely... Are you drafted? No. They are all things that need to be, because of the hazardous gas and whatnot, they are all things that need, well, most of them. You've got the metal refinery here, you've got the energy refiner, chemical assembler, all these things that produce large amount of heat and hazardous gas. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put the hazardous gas ones in one, so the, for instance, the metal refinery and the energy refinery, we will put them into the same room, maybe you can with the chemical refinery. So all the refineries can be in one place, and that will allow us to maybe then have assemblers, microweavers, fabricators, and all these things that aren't particularly too heavy industry-wise. So that is as well, they're trying to fabricate. But then again, this one here, this one's quite a lot of heat, but anyway, we'll try and keep the hazardous gases with the hazardous gases. And we'll tackle that next time. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, let me know. Drop me a comment or a like or a subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the channel, see what else is coming. I do try and post every day as much as I can. And yeah, there will definitely be a lot more on Space Haven as we go on. Keep safe, keep happy, and remember, stay indoors and keep gaming, because that saves lives. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.